right, players. So the Montgomery Police Department has held a press conference and they have given us some updates on the Montgomery uprising. Baby, some warrants have been issued. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's talk about it. So the Montgomery Police Department has held a press conference to give us some updates on their investigation. They did say that they have issued some warrants for the people that were involved in the shenanigans, and baby, one of them has already turned themselves in. So one of the first things that we learned is the guy that was assaulted was actually a co-captain on the Harriet boat. And the Harriet boat was trying to dock in their designated docking station when the private boat refused to move. In fact, the captain of the Harriet boat had 247 patrons on board, and he was waiting for 40 minutes for this private boat to move. The only thing that they would do was shout obscenities at him as he was trying to direct them to move from the PA system. So after 40 minutes, the co-captain of the boat, which is Damian Pickens, got out the boat to try to talk to those boaters to get them to move. And that's when chaos ensued whenever the private boaters started attacking the co-captain of the boat. So police have charged and issued arrest warrants for the boaters. Richard Roberts, who was 48 on 2 counts of third-degree assault, Alan Todd, 23, and Zachary Shipman, 25. They were also charged with third-degree assault. Now, the chief described the 3 as a white men who were connected to the boat owner. Third-degree assault is considered a Class A misdemeanor in Alabama and is punishable up to a year in prison. Now, yesterday we talked about Zachary Chase Shipman. He is the owner of Vesser Mini Mart, and he made this post admitting that he was there but tried to decree and declare that he was not involved. However, the video evidence proved that he was involved, and that's exactly why he was charged. And the police have also identified the black man who was seen swinging the chair, and they're asking him to contact them for further questioning. A total of 13 people were detained that day. They were let go, but they were also told that they could get a warrant for their arrest. As of right now, only 3 of them have warrants issued for them. And law enforcement has identified the victims as, of course, Damian Pickens, who was the co-captain of the riverboat, and also a 16-year-old white male. We saw him on the video at the beginning try to help Damian, but he was hit in the stomach by one of the boaters. All right, players, that's your update. Put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mother for the Black Accurate News.
The incident occurred between the co-captain of the Harriet II vessel and the private boat owner and his family. As the Harriet attempted to dock in its designated space, the private boat was docked in its space, prohibiting safe docking of the Harriet. The captain of the Harriet remained away from the dock for nearly 40 to 45 minutes as he attempted to contact the operators of the private boat via PA system. They were only responded to with obscene gestures, curse words, and taunting. The co-captain was then picked up by a separate vessel and brought to the pier in an attempt to have a conversation with the private boat owners and or have those boats moved so that the Harriet could dock. A confrontation ensued between the co-captain and Mr. Pickett, the co-captain, being attacked by several members of the private boat. Several members of the Harriet II came to Mr. Pickett's defense, engaging in what we all have seen since on social media. 13 individuals were detained and brought to police headquarters for questioning and interviews. Those interviews lasted several hours. At that time, all parties involved were released pending further investigation. In this case, the co-captain, Mr. Damian Pickett, black male, and a 16-year-old white male juvenile who was struck by the owners and operators of the private boat. The suspects thus far have been identified as Richard Roberts, white male, 48 years old, with 2 outstanding warrants for assault, third degree. Alan Todd, white male, 23 years old, 1 warrant for assault, third degree. And Zachary Shipman, white male, 25 years old, one warrant for assault, third degree. At this time, one is secured and in custody. The other two are set to turn themselves in within the next hour. We're also asking for Mr. Reggie Gray, the black male, 42 years old, who was seen wielding that folding chair, to contact the Montgomery Police Department for further interviews and as part of this investigation. As the mayor said a minute ago, this investigation is ongoing and more charges are likely. We want to